Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If I asked you how your day was, I hope the answer is amazing. And this is the show about a child who clicks on record just because he feels like it. Wow. Anyway, today's topic is about bordering the lines of order and chaos, or comfort and discomfort. And I'll be using like sports analogies mostly, or I suppose working fitness analogies to get this point across. Let's say you work out, you use weights. If you use light weights, you're not going to stimulate your muscles. But if you use weights that are too heavy, it's going to be detrimental to you and you're probably going to harm yourself or maybe even kill yourself. And so the perfect point of maximum growth is at the middle. It's where they border each other. It's where the comfort zone and discomfort zone meet. It's that edge. And that's very interesting to me because I've always thought of growth as just putting yourself in the discomfort zone, just like going cold turkey. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it can be very detrimental. And one of the examples for this for me is I suppose in a socializing aspect. I didn't tell this story in one of the channels, but I went to a prom and asked a girl for a dance. And this is not the first one, this is afterwards. This is like school prom actually. And I got a no, and it was a bit humiliating. As much as I am proud of myself, there was a bit of humiliation there, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't intentional humiliation. But in that sense, it was detrimental because now I'm just scared of this woman. As much as I hate to say it, I could talk to any other human being in my entire school, but like there's like when I'm in the moment, there's no way I'm doing that with like her. Any other human being I'm amazing with. And so I suppose in that sense that was detrimental because I pushed myself way beyond my limit. Even I am proud of it, but like it's to my detriment, right? And so that's something I've always wanted to build up upon. So socializing, it's not something I do all, like I'm good at small talk. Like if you have a conversation with me, it'll be easy, right? I don't need to think. I'll have a good conversation. Usually goes to the philosophical side, and that actually reminds me of a psychological phenomena, I guess, or finding. It's from the book Thinking Fast and Slow. It talks about two systems of thought. Let's take system 1 and system 2. System 1 is where everything occurs automatically for you. It's just instinct. And system 2 is where you put in effort. Now, easiest way to visualize this is what's 1 plus 1? 2. You do not need to think about that. Now, what's 17 into 24? You need to put some mental effort into that. And another example would be chess grandmasters. I've seen this example being used a lot, where a person who plays chess at that high of a level does not need to think on how to play. They just do it. It's because they've first trained with system 2, putting all that effort in, and then transferred all that into system 1, where it's just instinct at this point. Same with sports. If you're really good at a sport, you probably don't need to think about, if you're playing at a comfortable level, you probably do not need to think on how to play that sport, especially if it's like a 1v1, like if it's table tennis, badminton, post hockey, this is just some basketball. And that's the beauty of system 1 and system 2. And so if it's a conversation I'm having, I'm on system 1 most of the time, because unless we get philosophical, which will tend to happen with me. But before then, it's very easy for me to carry on a conversation because I'm good at small talk. I've just been molded into doing that, so I'm just good at small talk somehow. Is that a good thing? I don't fucking know. So if it's like someone in school that I know, very easy to get into conversation with, very easy to socialize. And I suppose system 2 comes in is when I'm trying to engage or someone, like try and talk to someone who I don't know that well, or like just starting, right? It's like, oh, what do I say? Is there something I know about them? Do they have any exams? how did that go? It's like I have to think, and there's this idea of social flow where you do not have to think. And you probably met someone, okay, I'm not sure, but like you probably met at least one person who has like, when you walk, how do you say this? When you walk and like someone like crosses you, like they might say good morning. That's like social flow. That's like they probably didn't have to think about that. Whereas for someone who's more introverted like me, I have to think and be like, oh, what's this XYZ? But I'm able to get through that very easily because I know thinking isn't gonna help. But I still have to think, right? And that's where the problem lies. And so I want to be able to move all that system 2 stuff, which takes effort and recognition, and put it into system 1 where it's just easily doable. And this is where the idea of the comfort zone and discomfort zone comes in. The smartest thing to do is not put myself in the discomfort zone immediately. Instead, try and figure out where that border is, which is talking to people I do not talk to often at all. And just try and go with a conversation with them, and then just keep moving that edge and pushing that edge forward. It's same with sports. If you are gonna play a sport, if you're training, you're not gonna be playing at a comfortable level, but you won't be completely at the deep end either. You'll be in the middle and more towards the discomfort zone, so you can grow further. And there's a lot of applications for this, not just sports and I suppose sociability, which is the only way I thought about it. I suppose it comes with competence of all levels, right? Like if you take in exams, you have exams coming up, you won't do easy questions, but you also wouldn't do impossible questions. There's a mid ground, more towards the difficult side. So you actually gain something. And a lot of people do is they get to that comfortable position and they stay there, which, like, let's say if I'm doing math questions and I'm doing a lot of easy ones, it just strokes my ego because I'm like, oh, look at how smart I am. I can do all the easy math questions, but you're not growing. Every time you do something comfortable, it might lend you a bit of practice, but I think it's just a waste of time. You should try and find where that border is. One of the examples of system 1 and system 2 working is like I used to play Bed Wars with my friends, and when I played, I'd have to think about what I had to do because I don't fucking play the game that much. And this was like a year ago, probably the last time I played. And I'd have to think and probably like, oh, don't fall off. Press this button. Click as fast as you can. And I had a friend who was just, if you know, there's this guy who's definitely running on system 1 99% of the time. He does not need to think. And he just goes, gets beds, that's it. If you know, you know. And that's the level I want to be at with socializing. Definitely not in Bed Wars. I don't know if it's helping. No. But it does come with that deliberate practice. And I'm just curious well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to school. I don't have school today. I'm going to go to school tomorrow. Literally talk to people I don't know. I'm not going to talk to that girl that has plagued my imagination. And, it's like, it's really sad. It's really sad how that ended up. Yeah, I actually come to think if I didn't ask her for prom, I'd probably be in a far better standing. But, oh boy. But, like, if that's the final boss, then, like, so fucking be it. If I'm that much of a little bitch virgin, so be it. But there's no point in running away from the problem. It's like, this is an issue that I want to overcome because it'd be so sad if I don't overcome it before high school ends. But I'll try my best. And I suppose, what is that discomfort zone for you in, like, competence? I'm trying to think what it might be. So as maybe it has something to do with addiction, because you could be doing something you don't want to be, like, if you're doing something that you're not proud of, then you really should not be doing it. And your comfort zone might be you do said thing for 2 hours a day, and the discomfort zone might be 0 hours, clearly. And the board of that might be try and do it 1.5 hours and then keep on building. And this is actually something I want to try out with hours of work done. Right now, I've done like 3 hours of work, which is shit, by the way. 3 hours of work, and I've been up for like 8 hours. Where did that fucking time go? And I want to be able to, and this is a holiday, dude. I should be like at 6 hours, but maybe that's also too beyond my comfort zone. But I want to be able to, like, I want to see, like, on a Saturday, next Saturday, see if I can hit 6 hours. If I can, that would be astronomically insane. 6 hours is a lot of time, especially in deep work, not like doing 30 minutes of work and then looking at your phone and then 5 minutes. Say that's not work. And I suppose that's it. There's nothing else. Brain's blanked. So where's that border for you? And how are you gonna deal with it? Because I think it's a systematic approach once you know where your comfort and discomfort zone is, right? But maybe I suppose it's a little harder for other people, but it's the idea of breaking down the big goal. Because I feel like a lot of people have massive goals and visions and wants results fast. And that's definitely something I do, which is why I want to put myself in the deep end as much as possible. And it might come at a large expense, like what happened at prom. So it's like very weird for me to think about, like, okay, how about we start small and progressively overload? Like, that's a alien concept to me. I don't know why. It should be like, because that's like the most sustainable long term. But I suppose in a way this entire channel is that. So I'm definitely getting better at speaking to myself. I'm definitely getting better at speaking and commentating and putting together ideas. Even though I'm in ADHD mode right now, I'm just saying whatever comes to my mind. I suppose is that all I want? I don't know. But I think I'm dragging this far too long. Where is that discomfort zone? Where is that comfort zone? And where is that border that you are going to be spending your time in, so that you can get maximal growth? I'm very curious on what are the other applications for this, because I've only seen it in, I suppose, clearly in my situation, schoolwork, academics, socializing, sports. Where else can that apply? And I suppose addiction. I don't know. Anyway, sorry for rambling. Thank you so much for listening. And I hope you have an amazing